Good afternoon, roller derby fans. It is time for another game. I am Hammer Abby.
And I am Handlebar Brandon. You can call me Bars.
Call me Ham.
All right.
It's actually it's appropriate. The more you know me, the more appropriate
All
it
right,
is.
sounds good.
We're going to lead you through this game today, though, and it is between the Kalamazoo. I just blanked on the full name of the team. Wow.
Killa Crew.
Killa Crew, Kalamazoo, Killa Crew. Yeah, I did two things at once, and Downriver Dollstars. But we're off and away.
Kalamazoo is out in front. That's man number 14 of Headhunter. Meanwhile, in the back, we do have a late entry into lead jammer from Downriver. So Downriver was actually through cleanly first time, getting 4 on the board. So a quick in and out for them right now. Less than 30 seconds on that.
That was Hill Latte jamming for Downriver.
By the way, my name is A-Bomb.
I'm Dick Mix-a-Lot.
Of course, it takes me a second to get my brain up to derby speed here. So,
Right. I actually got to sit and watch a game for the first time in,
What a
I'm going to
treat.
say, years.
all right, second jam underway. Kalamazoo in the, what do we call it, the hot pink?
I'd call that a hot pink, yeah. And then we've got a cool river blue for Downriver.
Thematic, it's nice.
It will pay off soon, I think.
And Kalamazoo, it's going to be number 99. That, of course, is Machete Lane.
For Kalamazoo.
And in the back, we've got Otter Control is out of the pack, so she's ready to start applying the pressure. We do have a 4-on call on Kalamazoo, as we are going to be losing Machete Lane to the Sin Men, as well as the captain and blocker for Kalamazoo.
Feels like forearms are becoming the hot penalty of the weekend. It's
I
a
would
trend I've been seeing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've seen that a couple times. The last game I called at least 4 in a row, it seemed like.
Yep.
All right, everybody, hands in pockets.
Hands, just cut your arms off. Come on.
You don't need them for this.
Nah. Nice little maneuver on the inside line on the far straightaway there from Out of Control. For Downriver, gets another 4 points.
She is the lead jammer. She has 4 points in hand, 8 on the jam so far for Downriver.
I love immediately being echoed by the house announcers who are standing right next to us.
They're just sitting here listening to what we have to say.
But it's vice versa most of the time. I steal their stuff. Oh, nice little scramble on the inside line around turn 3. We'll get 4 points for the Killa Crew, Machete Lane.
A lot of movement back and forth in the pack right now, as we're going to be losing the pivot from the Killa Crew. And putting 4 on the board there. Otter Control showing a little bit of chaos can pay off, as she's been able to put up 4 points.
Nice, real low dip underneath Blue-Eyed Bruiser there for Out of Control to just get around on that outside lane. Sometimes you just got to get real low.
That one will be called dead right there, but Kalamazoo is able to put up 4 more. Score as it stands is 16 over 8. The Downriver Dollstars at 16, Killa Crew at 8. 26:52 left on the clock. Getting ready to start up jam number 3. So that was a long one.
By the way, if you have time and money, definitely go check out all the people who have cool stuff for you to buy.
There's lots of it there.
Lots of it.
The more you buy, the less they have to take
We
home.
got Zero Mercy jamming for Downriver.
Here we go.
Paired up against Hot Pocket over there for Killa Crew.
Let's see here. Looks like, that was really
And it is a race. Both jammers out basically at the same time, giving chase around the track, and they're going to get the signal to just call that one off. It's a little too close for comfort for a 0-0 jam.
If I'm looking at this correctly, it's going to be a 4-2 track advantage to Kalamazoo, as Downriver has 2 locked up. Little bit of movement.
Yeah,
Downriver moving up to the front.
generally good strategy for the team. If you're low on blockers, you kind of want to be in the front, a little easier to see what's going to happen, have a little bit of control with all your down blockers. Pretty common tactic to see.
We have Headhunter.
That's right, we've got Headhunter punching up in front, trying to get through. That's the number 14 in pink. Meanwhile, we've got the 3-1-4 punching through. That is Sour Apple Pie.
Sour Apple Pie with a maybe just about a half track lead here, coming into the pack for a scoring run, but going to be in hot pursuit. So a couple quick points there before calling it off, keeping I always want to say Kalamazoo. It's close, right?
It is.
Scoreless on that jam, so that's going to be a 3-0, and Downriver up now 19 to Kalamazoo's 8.
Just passing by 5 minutes of gameplay so far. And a hush falls over the crowd.
Which is unusual. There are 2 tracks active in this place right now.
Exactly. The penalty box is empty, so we have a full 5-on-5. And there it is, Downriver, just 1 to go. Ooh, losing traction. Another thing that we've seen a lot. I believe that is number 72.
Killa Downriver, but it is the lead is Kalamazoo kind of snuck through. Oh, and a nice apex jump there. That is Machete Lane to grab those 4 points and call it off. I love a little apex jump, big favorite of mine.
Aerial theatrics helps everybody get a little bit more excited. Both sides are going to be down 1 blocker, so 3-on-3 as they bring out the next set of jammers. We can do those as soon as we can spot them ourselves.
Yeah, this viewpoint from turn 2, not great for seeing jammers, but pretty darn good for seeing most of the action that happens in Derby in these turns 1 and 2 here. It's a trade-off.
Right you are.
Both teams with 1 blocker in the box. Some nice defense here. Oh no, but a track cut penalty getting picked up by Downriver. Their jammer will head to the box, giving Kalamazoo the power jam opportunity for Hot Pocket.
That's right, Otter Control can do nothing for the next 30 seconds. Watch what's going on over there. But Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. I had to do it once, at least.
Oh, no, if it's not funny, just keep doing it until it is. Hot Pocket gets tipped into the inside of turn 2. She comes back around, throwing some hips around the outside. It's going to be Cotton Candy Princess with a takedown right there. Still going, has 1 to go, but it is the pivot. Hot Pocket just getting recycled over and over. A tidal wave of blue in front of her. Is able to work her way through, picks up 4. Just like that, the penalty box is back to empty.
Oh, no, you lied. There's a blocker head in the box. That's how it goes.
Look, it was empty until just now.
Yep. Accurate.
So Otter Control out there ready to start mixing things up a little bit.
Oh, nice offensive move there from Kalamazoo's pivot to try to get those blockers moving so Hot Pocket can get through. Does finally make that happen, so Hot Pocket's going to call it off after some hard-won points, and I think we got a single thumb. Is that a point? A single thumb point for Downriver, or maybe that means 0. I don't know. That's a new one for me.
That is. That's like if we're playing this game, it's usually rock paper scissors.
Right.
There's normally not a bomb.
Thumb sideways. I don't know what that means. I don't see a point going up on the board though, so I'm guessing that's no.
Speaking of, we do have a lead change right there.
Right.
Kalamazoo is now at 20. Downriver Dollstars at 19. 21:50 left to play as the whistle is blown. Headhunter is out in front for the Killa crew.
Zero Mercy for Downriver. Getting recycled back, I believe. Yep. Zero Mercy getting recycled back around the outside as packs are back into the near straightaway. Headhunter working against 3 blockers in turn 1 and stuck as Zero Mercy finally finds some daylight and gets around on their initial pass.
Oh, yep, I saw it. Headhunter is going to be picking up a track and cut. Just could not keep those skates in between turns 1 and 2. Trying to call that one dead. I believe we're going to go the full ride on this one.
Always a terrible moment as a jammer when you think you're calling to end the jam and instead they're sending you to the penalty box.
You're like, but no, I have the power.
But. Been there. I don't recommend it. Happens to the best of us.
1 out of 10. Do not recommend.
So Zero Mercy, the only jammer of record on the track right now for Downriver with the power jam opportunity. Dodges and weaves through. I'm going to grab 4 points as the packs now lined up in turn 4 and waiting for Headhunter returning to the track.
Took 1 minute and 20 before the first points were on the board for this one. There we've got Headhunter finally out the far side. But again, cannot keep it all in bounds.
Another track cut call, unfortunately, will send Headhunter back to the box. So Downriver back on the power jam. Only 15 seconds left in the jam to take advantage. Probably some points on the board at this point as Zero Mercy gets recycled down the inside, back into the straightaway.
That was chaotic. That was able to drag her way back. And just like that, 2 minutes has elapsed.
So 8 points, despite having no lead for Downriver, versus Kalamazoo's 4 points.
And that officially makes it another lead change as the Dollstars are at 27 and the Killa crew at 24. We just passed that 10.5-minute mark, so we still got 20 minutes left in this first half.
Love a close game.
No, Headhunter is locked up and seated, so we're not quite sure the time left on that one. We've got Downriver Jammer getting rocked right there. That is, of course, the 3-1-4. That is Sour Apple Pie. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm making the connection.
Oh, I see the numbers, math. Yep. Got it, because pie is P-I.
Yes.
I'm a little slow to the party, but I'm here.
Yep.
Oh, that is...
Oh, I thought it was going to be, but no.
It was going to be a cut. Maybe just barely avoided. Yeah. So both jammers now on the track. Some hard hits and another track cut being assessed to Headhunter. Bad run.
That's 3 in a row. That is a strike.
No fun. Downriver with another power jam opportunity for Sour Apple Pie, who's now through with a lead almost a minute into the jam.
It's a hard follow right there. Just can't seem to get those numbers to add up.
Shaking your head over here. That's right, we're doing great.
I forced it.
It's okay. We're all having a good time. Watching some roller derby. That's going to be the call off. I don't think any points after all of that sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Yeah, I think the goal on that one was to lock Headhunter in the penalty box as she just stood up, and that was called. So a little bit of strategy right there, trying to keep that into at least a power start.
I'd be curious to see if Kalamazoo tries to go, I'm going to say that the whole day, Kalamazoo tries to go for a star pass here, because I've been the jammer in the situation where you just keep ending up in the box at the end of the jam over and over again, and it's extremely exhausting and can be very demoralizing. So often you're going to look for that pass, especially if you don't get lead, but nope, not going to do it. Headhunter's like, you know what, there's some daylight here, I'm just going to do that and get through. Kudos for the stamina and the just, get back in it and fight. But Downriver does have lead.
Hunter not able to hit anything on that one. Downriver, that was, of course, hit a latte. Taking one and then calling that before Headhunter could swoop in.
And that might be a bit of relief for Headhunter.
But Headhunter does finally get to go back to the bench.
Goes and sits at the bench.
Good news.
Seats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just take a minute. Recombobulate, as we say at the Milwaukee airport.
The Dollstars are at 28. Killa crew 24. 16:52 left on the clock. Less than 5 seconds, and we are back and underway.
Quick lead call there for Kalamazoo, number 99, Machete Lane.
We've got Otter Control showing poise as she swims up behind, trying to chase down Machete Lane. Oh, dive! Just cannot keep the skates upright and inbounds.
Oh, but does land it to get 3 points. So a nice apex jump, even if not landed, still gets you some points.
Dramatic, to be sure.
Absolutely.
All right, I know I was getting to the point now where I can recognize Hot Pocket from a distance.
We're learning.
We're learning. We can be taught.
Yep. Slowly but surely for me. So we got Hot Pocket, for Kalamazoo, and who's that jamming for Downriver? That is going to be Sour Apple Pie again.
Look at us.
We're learning.
Sour Apple Pie getting knocked to the outside there by the number 100. That is, of course, Smackajawea. Again, Smackajawea keeping Sour Apple Pie locked up in the back.
That outside line is not Sour Apple Pie's friend right now, nor is it Hot Pocket's friend, though. Gets hit to the outside, but the person went with her. So she gets to get a little no pass, no penalty, and come back in. There was a conversation between the refs there.
I was going to say, it looks like we had 2 for that one because Downriver is very on 113. Brawls out. Also hit her down to the inside, but took a knee, so that is down and out. Able to pop right up and take off. Great track awareness there from Hot Pocket, I tell you what.
Yeah, very, very nice track awareness. I had a hard time keeping track of what was happening right in front of me, and I wasn't in the middle of it, but there's a lot of things to keep an eye on in this. A lot of roller derby rules involved in what just happened, and I could not go over them right now if I tried.
Feels like a quick 30 seconds on the changeover on that one. It is a 1-point game as the Dollstars are 28, Killa Crew 27.
So Hit a Latte, the jammer for Downriver.
Hit a Latte, I don't know if you can hear that from where you are, is out in front. That is your lead jammer. Chased down by Chaotic, number 18.
For Kalamazoo.
For Kalamazoo. We've got one locked up in the boxes. Kalamazoo is going to be they have their pivot locked up right now. So whoever goes out there with the star is held onto that until they are released.
A lot of 0-0 jams in this game, keeping that score really close, but it's not for lack of a lot of effort on the track from both teams. There's some really excellent defense happening, and the jammers are working really hard, but we've had several jams now where there's 0-0.
I was going to say, this is, by no stretch, is this a lazy game.
No.
Jam is underway.
What does a lazy game of roller derby look like?
Oh, no, there were days. We can talk about that.
That's absolutely,
Under control.
If I think back far enough, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Machete Lane, is jammer for Kalamazoo, out of control, with lead for Downriver, gets through with 4 points. Is thinking about calling it off? Maybe not.
Well, have to see. Nope, gonna let it open. Oh, using that against her. It is, Machete Lane is able to pick up 4, so a little tit for tat on that one.
4 points on the board, out of control, approaching.
Ooh, Machete Lane losing a little bit of traction into turn 1. Able to keep it under and upright. Official score is 3 more going up there for Downriver. So the Dollstars are now at 35 with the Killa Crew at 31, nearing ever so close to the 13-minute mark. I tell you what, this game is going quick.
Yeah, it really is. Fast-moving game, and yet low-scoring game means lots of great work happening on the track from these packs.
That is definitely Hot Pocket in the back there. Killa Crew is down by 1 as they are locked up, and then they have been released. Out in front, it is going to be Zero Mercy. And that is feverishly going to be called off. Not sure the call on that one, but it is official timeout being called right now.
I looked down for a moment and did not see why or what had happened.
I believe. Not quite sure what's happening myself. I had a theory, and then that went right out the window.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of referees coming back and forth in the SO table here right now and chatting with each other.
And nobody ever wants to talk to us.
No, it's very sad. I smell perfectly nice. I always want to say a big thank you to all of the volunteer NSOs, referees, medical staff, ourselves as announcers.
Oh, the ones just keeping the track down on the ground?
The people keeping the track down, the people keeping the place clean, the people working, like everything. This is a huge volunteer effort, and we want to shout out everybody behind putting together Mitten Kitten and helping make this happen this weekend. There are 2 tracks, so many games. There's a state bracket, D1 and D2 teams, there's bonus games. It is a logistical nightmare in my head, but I know people like AK-47 are on it.
My one little fact on that one is AK-40 ounce is actually the reason I am an announcer now.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really nice. I think I said his name wrong just now, so my apologies.
No worries at all.
No, I was like, I've known AK for ages, but I'm going to blame the pandemic pause for just absolutely scrambling my brain for so many things.
You're absolutely correct. Many times I'm at work and I'm like, this is not the brain that got me through school.
No. No. I laugh, I cry. It's also true. So now, yes, there is a Official review looks like called by Kalamazoo.
I believe you're correct.
That's
I'm
from
looking behind.
the pointing official. Yep. And the conversation happening out in the middle of the track. This one we should probably find out what this is about. They will probably come and tell us about it when it's decided.
Speaking of, since we have just a minute to talk about how they are huddling up over there, we've got our dazzle of zebras. And some of the ones out there right now is going to be the Quick Grayson, Slim Fast, Rex Blocker, Axel Rolls, Guillotini, Concerto, Hello Kitty, Lethal, Rainbow Crash, Yogi, Painfully Slays, Gines, Lolo, A Groove, Croc, and the Kraken.
And if you're hanging around all day, stick around for the after party tonight at Lansing Shuffle.
Oh yeah, good shouting out the after party tonight. If you happen to be in the vicinity, the after party all weekend is at the Lansing Shuffle. Very cool facility with several different restaurants on site and some games and bars and things. So you can come hang out with us after the games or sort of after the games every day.
I actually went over there yesterday. I had myself a burger and some fries. It was a truffle fries, and I swear to you, they were so truffly my tongue went out of the
What? All right, we'll have word about the official review in just a moment.
Skate Wars 2024, hosted by Team Michigan and
We'll probably hear it from the house announcers. We couldn't quite hear it from the ref, so we'll pass it along to you directly on the mic. It's a fun system we've got here. Okay, so Kalamazoo wanted to get a high block call on one of the Downriver skaters. They did not get it, so they will lose their official review for the half.
That's right, the no call from before will stand, so everything will move forward.
Right back at it.
12:30 left on the clock, 31-35 with the Dollstars over top of Kalamazoo. And looking to see if they can get a little bit of that lead knocked away. It's going to be chaotic, number 18 in pink. Meanwhile, we've got Sour Apple Pie, number 314 in blue. 2 to go. Out of play is called. They have to let her go.
Chaotic trying to get through on the first turn here on the scoring pass is getting the business from Downriver's blockers, but does find some daylight on the outside just enough to get through and call it off before. Yeah, they're going to get their 4-0 on this one.
Yeah, Sour Apple Pie just didn't have a stride. Yep. Barreling down the straightaway, picking up speed as best they could, but no one was called out in front of them. Just could not get there in time.
So that's going to be a tie game, 35-35. Holy smokes.
Goodness.
A good matchup. I will say I was counting I've been trying to keep track of, lead calls for both teams, and it's almost dead even.
Yeah. Appears that Kalamazoo is slightly at a deficit as they had started that jam with 2 in the penalty box. But we are going to have Zero Mercy and Machete Lane. Machete Lane over there just hacking away at Zero Mercy, and that will call that one off before anything happens. So a 0-0 jam.
I think that was Hit a Latte jamming for Downriver.
Well, that doesn't work with Mike trying to punch.
I'm so sorry. I was really hesitant to say it 'cause I'm like, it was great, but I got to give credit where it's due ultimately,
Fine.
I'm sorry. Ruining all the fun. But another 0-0 jam. It's been our fun thing this game.
When the whistle's blown, about 10:45 left on the first half.
Oh, yeah. Hot Pocket jamming for Kalamazoo is out with lead after a little bit of a pause because of a false start.
A lot of movement in the back. Jammer for Downriver still locked up back there. We'll get you an official title on who that is in just a moment. That is going to be Otter Control.
Otter Control.
Otter Control does take a little bit of a spill there, but Headhunter did not keep upright and inbounds, so it is an instant all the way through.
Oh, nice move from Hot Pocket. Spun on one foot to stay uprights and inbounds and call that one with 4 points. That was some fancy work there.
And we have a lead change.
Superhuman. We have just a roller derby computer over here, wrapped up in a super capable jammer.
And that is in fact a lead change, 39-35 in favor of Kalamazoo now.
Just about 9:40 on the clock when we're going to have a timeout being called by Downriver.
Which is good because I can tell you, my little scrap here, I'm keeping track of some stuff. I believe Downriver has been scoreless for 4 jams. has been sitting at 35. Yeah. So, despite having been slightly down for a little while, Kalamazoo, I mean, never out of contention, it's been so close, but just a little bit down, has been doing a really good job in the last few jams of just kind of holding control of the game as much as possible. Even if that meant a couple of them they had to take no score as well, but that did prevent Downriver from running away with anything and opening up the gap, and now they've come right back. Kalamazoo with a slight lead. I have no idea what's going to happen though. I mean, they seem really well matched as teams.
Absolutely. I think Downriver had it there for a little bit, and Kalamazoo is definitely going to let that pendulum swing back in their favor on this one. We'll have to see if this timeout does work in Downriver's favor. Maybe chills out Kalamazoo just a little bit.
Breaths, shake it out.
We have a game at 8, and the last of which will be at 8:15 tonight. That's going to be one of the state games. So be sure to hang around. If you're feeling festive, tune in later tonight. They'll all be up on YouTube later.
All right. Timeout is over, and we're back on the track. That Downriver.
That's Zero
That is
Mercy.
Zero Mercy with lead.
Downriver.
We've got Chaotic, number 18, in paint for Killa Crew. Zero Mercy comes in, just one to go in front of her. Gets a little bit tied up now, too. We'll call that one just as Chaotic comes to the back of the pack. I've seen 3 roller derby points going up, and then 2 for the Killa Crew.
Chaotic picks up 2 points.
Nice work by Chaotic there to sneak in, and it's not over till it's over. You just got to put the jets on and see what you can grab before the other person calls it off.
Yeah, limiting that one to just a +1 for Downriver. 38-41, 8:53 left to play. We have Sour Apple Pie out there for Downriver. Paired up against the number 99. This time for sure it is Machete Lane. And there she goes, swinging through on the inside. We'll pick up lead jammer for the Killa Crew. A lot of prep work happening right now as Sour Apple Pie is picking up a penalty. I was trying to listen to the house call and make a call at the same time.
There's a lot going on in here, so I have to really harness my hyper focus as much as I can, but it's not always possible. Oh, unfortunately, Kalamazoo's Machete Lane also headed to the box now, so we're going to have a little switcheroo. Sour Apple Pie will head back onto the track, and now Downriver will have a power jam opportunity.
Machete Lane will serve a full 30 as Sour Apple Pie was released just as she sat down.
Multiplayer block being assessed.
A lot going out on the far side. So that's at least 4 for Headhunters so far in this first half. There were 3 track cuts at the very beginning.
Oh, yep.
So that might end up being a bit of a penalty issue there.
Oh, nice hit to the outside. Going to send Sour Apple Pie back all the way around almost to turn 2. Have to recycle as Machete Lane back on the track for Kalamazoo now. Power jam is over.
And again, Basher pulling Sour Apple Pie way back yet again. Machete Lane able to push through, picks up 4 for Killa Crew. You got me stuttering now.
That's what it does. It just the Killa Crew. And oh, nice another. I think Machete Lane's the one who keeps doing these apex jump. And that was good enough. Landed inbounds, got the 4 points. Slid on the landing, but it was still good.
I'm going to call that one the superhero landing.
Whatever works. As a former jammer, I will say, like, apex jumps can be great. You can definitely overdo them, but sometimes you're just like, I don't want to deal with any blockers. I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. I want to get hit. I'm going to see if I can just jump around you. It can be great. It can be terrible.
Killa Crew was able to pick up 3 at the end right there, so that will be an 11-point jam for the Killa Crew. 4 for Dollstars. 10 points separating these 2 teams with just about 6.5 minutes left to play.
52 to 40. Oh, no. It actually bumps up to 44. Apparently got 6 points on that. There must have been a couple at the end there that we missed. Got really excited to say something about the answer to life, the universe, and everything, but now it is not that anymore.
Snagged from you. Taken away.
Terrible.
And we've got the number 72. That is Hit a Latte. Shockingly, that is not Machete Lane.
You're getting it. That is definitely Hot Pocket, though, jamming for the Killa Crew.
I didn't even see them in that sea of blue. Hoppa got swallowed up and being held back. Not something you really see with her. Nice little hit to the inside there by number 310. That is not anybody on my list.
No. Oh, yep, no. I see 310. I was going to say maybe that wasn't the number, but you're right. It was a 310. Rocky Wrecker.
There it is.
Found it. Takes us a minute. I always really want to do a good job of shouting out the blocker names as well. It's a little harder to see them than the jammers, but you got to make the effort. They're doing good work out there.
They absolutely are. Keeping this game nice and low at 52-48. With the Killa crew over the Dollstars. Getting ready here to start up jam number 21.
Well, doing some crowd work. Our friends, the house announcers over here. Do have a nice little crowd here in the Lansing Center today for these games in the middle of this rainy afternoon. Great weekend, great weather for Derby weekend.
Absolutely correct. We've got Otter Control is out in front there, going to be lead jammer, but Chaotic is out there to start messing things up. We've got a full complement of skaters, 5-on-5, and that one will be called off a 0-0 jam, but I've been corrected many a time being told it is not pointless.
Yep. I think I've been one of the jerks who said that to another announcer before. It's just so hard to resist making the joke. So I was saying before, Kalamazoo was doing a good job of holding Downriver scoreless. That is now the reverse. Kalamazoo has not scored in the last 3 jams. But again, this is a game of inches today. It's just little bits and pieces from each, little points here and there from both teams. Not big scoring jams. I don't think we've had anything higher than a 10. 11 point. Yeah, there was an 11-point jam. That was the highest one we've had so far.
Yeah, that one was just recently, maybe the last 2 or 3 jams.
Yep. 3 jams ago. You have good memory. I mean, it's like in and out of my brain real fast when it happens.
Even a blind squirrel finds it out every once in a while.
No, we had one 12-point jam at the very beginning of the game if I look back at my notes from Otter Control. So that may be the highest. That is the highest so far.
That swirly whirly whistle means we're getting ready to hit the track again. Looking over, the penalty box is empty.
You learned something today. At least one thing today.
You can't ever say roller derby is not educational.
You can't ever say roller derby is not educational is what I hear.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I was like, context would have been important on that one.
What kind of education are we getting here?
Oh, I've learned things.
Yeah, same.
Chaotic out in front, number 18 in pink.
They just opted to put her out twice. But that last jam didn't go anywhere.
That is number 52. That is Zero Mercy getting locked up right there. Shoveled down to the inside. It's going to be dragged back ever so lightly. But Killa crew already putting 4 on the board. Chaotic comes back in, tries to jump the apex. Didn't even get close. Made some contact, landed hard on the inside of turn 1.
That might have been Cotton Candy Princess with the hit. Taking her out midair. That's the risk you run with the apex jumps. Oh, nice work around the outside line by Chaotic. Just tiptoes around for another 4.
That was one of those, if the toe stops are touching the ground. If the wheels had touched, she would have been out.
Yep. Fine line. Very fine line.
And then comes in, makes a small contact, and just comes to a complete stop. But it looks like it was a good punch to the solar plexus.
Oof.
Little slow to pop up on that one. Chaotic now quickly putting some speed on. We'll have to see if he's able to keep it in right. No, was not able to do so.
Zero Mercy also getting the business in the back here. Got recycled way back by Smack Julia. Now back in the pack. Oh, and it looks like we do have a star pass. Zero Mercy tried to pass it off to the pivot. I think maybe did so successfully. Yes, and now that is going to be number 113. Brawls out with a star.
Tell you the one that I'm keeping an eye on right now for some of the blocking is Downriver's number 310. Rocky Wrecker is absolutely living up to that name, just causing all kinds of mischief for Chaotic. Again, right there, the only point of contact. It seems like Chaotic just keeps running right into her, and that was the one that was the hit right to the chest that caused her to go down pretty hard. Looks like she got a little rattled.
A little rocked. I mean, getting hit in the solar plexus, it'll just take the wind right out of you.
Yeah. But she was able to fight up and get 3 points added on to the Killa crew with a 15-point jam. So that is our new big high score that will put the Killa crew at 67 over the Dollstars 48. 2:20 left to play.
They heard us talking about high-scoring jams, and she was like, hey, watch this.
That's right.
Watch me go. All right, we do have an official review being called on the track by Downriver.
Right you are.
Thank you. I'm trying to say things with confidence sometimes, but
Yeah, I just like to make it a question if I'm not 100% sure.
I think. But yes, Downriver has some questions for the referees, so we'll let you know when we find out more about that. And looking at, yeah, as we noticed, that was the highest scoring jam of the half so far. We've only got about 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. Kalamazoo up 67 to Downriver's 48. That is one of the larger point spreads we've had in the game so far, I think. And definitely a bit of a change of fortune. It's been pretty back and forth, but a little momentum going into the halftime here for Kalamazoo.
I mean, credit where it is due. Chaotic going out there with a 4-point lead and then makes it 19, like you were saying, one of the biggest leads that we've ever had out here.
Yeah, we are getting well past the
It's a nice wind in your sails as you head into the half a jam like that. But I'm trying to resist the cliche of saying it's still anyone's game, but it very much is. So I'm just going to say it.
I have a feeling our house call is having far more fun with this.
I was going to say they're having a great time. I'm like, oh, man. They're standing up. They're engaged with the environment around them. I have these headphones on.
Right.
I'm just here with you.
Oh.
Like, it's just you and me. I'm like, my brain is only half here. You're doing great. I don't want to bring you down with me. No, I'm doing all right. I'm having a good time. So I'm hearing whistles from the other track. I did hear, I appreciate that different official crews have like specific whistles so they sound a little different track to track, which is better than nothing. So I appreciate that.
I'm looking way over on the far side. We got Michigan at 14 with Wisconsin, or Swisconsin as I like to call it, with 6.
Oh, I didn't even realize that game had already started. That's a bunch of my people over there. My Wisconsin
My
friends. My people. I need to go. No, I'm very happy to be at this game, which is an excellent game. We got my home league, Madison Roller Derby, out here this weekend. We're competing against Grand Raggedy tonight, but several of our players and many friends from across the state of Wisconsin, part of Team Wisconsin, and then we've got. Do you know how many other state teams are here this weekend? Because there's quite a few.
I can confirm that we also have, we've got Maryland, we've got Ohio, and Indiana.
Yep. And then Wisconsin and Michigan, so at least 5.
Mm-hmm. Pretty soon we're just going to start calling this the Great Lakes Invitational.
Huh.
No, I think it's the Mitten-Kent.
Mitten-Kent's pretty great.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of that.
10 in a row, we can't go mixing it up now.
I am excited though for what are you calling it? Skate Wars next September.
That's
here
correct,
in Lansing with like at least I think they've said 23 teams that confirmed so far, including 4 borderless teams, which is awesome. I love the borderless teams so much. So yep, check out Lansing Roller Derby's website for information about. I think there's also just a Skate Wars site. Get that in your calendars. Check it out next year. That's going to be a really cool tournament.
Yeah, no joke. I heard about it 2 weeks ago, put it in my calendar. It's been in there ever since. So it's like I've never been prepared 11 and a half months in advance.
Right.
Normally I'm like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know. What do you got?
Announcing this game, which is back. And it's Sour Apple Pie jamming for Downriver, Machete Lane for Kalamazoo.
Machete Lane, the jammer for Kalamazoo, and Machete Lane is lead jammer.
And it's Machete Lane with lead, but about a quarter track ahead of Sour Apple Pie. So it'll be a chase into the pack as they stand between turns 1 and 2.
Oh, I thought for sure Sour Apple Pie had made their way through on the inside, but they get a little spun up. And the Killa crew is going to be able to pick up 4. Sour Apple Pie is pushing hard. Does take a bit of a shove to the outside. Has 1 to go. Goes to the outside edge, goes to the inside edge, and both jammers coming out of the pack at the same time. Machete Lane hacking away at Sour Apple Pie.
Nice.
2 of them mixing it up, a little jammer on jammer action. The 4-4 pass right there for both of them. And that one will be called 0-0 on that last pass, but that will take an 8-4 with Killa Crew 75 over the Dollstars 52. 1 minute and 19 seconds left to play in this first half.
Guessing this will be our last jam of the half. Unless this is extremely fast, it's possible. It's happened.
Well, this defense isn't exactly letting the jammers through right away.
Nope.
Which is good to see. At least getting it to the turn 1 before we see somebody popping out. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
great defensive work from both teams today. And that is Hot Pocket, our friend on, I'm just deciding, our friend.
Oh,
for
we've decided to adopt you.
Yeah. You're friends of the announcers now. Oh no, a track cup being assessed to hit a latte with Downriver will take a seat. So this is going to be a power jam opportunity for Hot Pocket in Kalamazoo. No lead assessed, however. Nope, there it is. Now the lead.
There it is. Hot Pocket. Hit a latte, a little jittery out there. Sit down and let that calm down a little bit. Hot Pocket comes and makes big contact right there on Downriver. She's able to slice through the water. Pops up the far side. She's going to pick up 4 points.
Sometimes the Hot Pocket comes out of the microwave so hot you can't touch it.
But the inside's still frozen.
This is no personal commentary on the person on the
No,
track.
I mean, we can
Just
continue
actual
to
Hot
make
Pockets.
all kinds of allegorical metaphors, but no. I don't know. I mean, she skates pretty cool in cucumber.
Yeah, that's true. 2 points at the end there. I think that's a four points total. No, 7 points total on the jam for Hot Pocket in Kalamazoo. So it's going to bring them to 81 to Downriver's 52 as we head into halftime, and that is definitely more of a point gap than I think we've seen. I'm going to look back at my notes, but for most of the game.
Axel Rolls to the scoring table, please. Axel Rolls to the scoring table, please.
We fetch our stray NSO. We'll be back for the second half of this game. I like to shame someone on mic, but it's a big, busy tournament. I was almost late to this game, to be very honest. So.
And this is why we don't unleash them. Don't let them out of their cages except to do their job.
Right. So we're going to be hanging out for a minute here. Just a reminder of where you are, what's happening right now. If you've just sort of stumbled onto this live stream, I'm Hammer Addy.
I am Mando Barbarian.
We're going to walk you through the second half of this game between the Kalamazoo Roller Derby Killa crew and Downriver Dollstars B team. And we are at the Mitten Kitten Mashup X, 10th one, here in Lansing, Michigan, the Lansing Center.
Went down for a couple of years. It's back up and running, and I would say it has not skipped a beat. It has jumped right into the deep end.
Very deep into the deep end.
Wow.
Or you're gonna die. You know what? I have no idea how much people can hear the house announcers on the mic, so it might just be like us sounding completely off our rocker. Just like, what are you talking about? But I assume you can hear a little bit through our microphones. We're not totally reacting to nothing, I promise.
Just making up noises.
It's the voice in my head. But we ended the last half. Kalamazoo with 81 over Downriver's 52. That was a pretty late-breaking development, though a pretty close game. We traded leads and tie scores for most of the half, and the percentage of lead is pretty even. I'm going to count it up, actually. So 12 lead calls for Kalamazoo, 10 for Downriver, and I think even just that tiny difference is what started to make it. But we had a lot of 0-0 jams, a lot of smart clock work by both teams trying to hold the other one just scoreless and preventing any kind of runaway jams. The largest scoring jam, highest scoring jam we had was toward the end there, 15 points from Chaotic Kalamazoo. And I do believe we have located our missing NSO. All is well with the world.
And balance has been restored. And we are underway. Kalamazoo, the Killa crew, is going to be down by one blocker, locked up in the penalty box right there. We get the official count of who is jamming. We've got the number 99. That is going to be Machete Lane. But Machete Lane is not the one to talk about as they are headed to the penalty box. The one to talk about is going to be Hit a Latte. Hit a Latte with a power jam as Downriver comes in and starts to make contact right there. Big opening on the inside. She decides to drive that back truck right on through.
Nice big offensive screen from Downriver, opening up the inside line for Hit a Latte. That was another forearm call, by the way, for Machete Lane. That's been sort of the call of the weekend. Get rid of your arms.
You need less gear, too, don't you?
Yeah, two sets less of pads.
That's correct.
Just got rid of your arms.
Hit a Latte, putting down 4, diving in and getting ready to do it again. Tries to find a hole through on the inside, getting a little bit mixed up. We've got Machete Lane does find an opening through, so through on their initial pass. Looking up and seeing Machete Lane disappear into the distance. Hit a Latte will call that one dead, but not before picking up 4 additional roller derby points for a 12-point jam. And the way that this game has been working out, still considered top 1 or 2 biggest jams so far in this game.
A nice commanding way to start the second half of the game, especially as Downriver tries to make up for the bit of a deficit they fell into before halftime.
I get it, but my ankle.
I really need to stop listening to the house announcers. All right, here we are again. And that is going to be Otter Control picking up a forearm. There it is again. Around there.
Chaotic, apparently taking a little bit of time during that halftime. Looks to be out there and mixing it back up again, having no issues, no long-lasting effects from him. Basically getting rocked on that last jam. Finds a space through on the inside edge, is able to put it through.
Nice.
Threads that needle 4 points.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to give credit to Basher. The blocker did a nice little opening screen there to get her through.
Finds a way through again. That's another 4 points.
I did see a shirt whip.
I have seen the return of a couple of whips this weekend. Wow. Words, put them in order. Say it. Otter Control is out, but has a star in hand. Let's see if they can run a little bit of a screen right there, but no. Killa Crew knows what's going on. They see through their tricksies. Pushed there to the inside by the 1331 of Blue-Eyed Bruiser. Blue-Eyed Bruiser doing a great job of locking up the Downriver jammer. Otter Control finally through on the initial pass. We're looking at another scoring pass here from Chaotic. Look to see what the official count on that one is. 3 additional points. That is a 19-point jam. And that will put Killa Crew at 100 over the Dollstars 64.
Highest scoring jam of the game thus far. Going to Chaotic on that one. Really racking up points. And I want to give credit both to Chaotic and to the blockers who were out there. Did a really nice job of opening up spaces. Oh, it's 18 points, not 9. Oh, wait. Oh, God, they're just playing with their heart now. The score keeps going back and forth between 99 versus 100. It is 100. We did cross the century mark. Oh, man. Oh, man, I can't take it.
My heart just can't handle it. We have, that is going to be Zero Mercy out there, mixing it up, putting up a lead jammer.
Hot pocket jamming for Kalamazoo is now through as well. Both teams kind of hanging out between turn 1 and 2. 4-point pass there for Zero Mercy.
Hot Pocket finds a tiny little space on the inside, will burst through, picking up 4. Looked like Hot Pocket wanted to call that one right away, but realizing they're not.
You're not lead. You don't get to do that.
Yeah.
I understand the urge, though. I understand the urge.
Like, I want to be done now. And Downriver is able to respond in kind with 4 of their own. Hot Pocket locked up there again, but another big opening on the inside edge will let her through. She'll pick up 4. Zero Mercy leaving a waste trail of skaters. She'll be able to pick up 4 as well. I believe we're going to go for long points on this one. Already a minute 10 into this jam.
I mean, it's a risk, a strategy, but it makes sense when you're down a bit. Like, you just kind of want to get some points, but you got to hope that your blockers are able to hold the opposing team's jammer so they don't just answer, which is it's going to be a close one. Ultimately, a 4-point gain for Downriver over what Kalamazoo scored, 16-12, but that's still 112 to 80, Kalamazoo's favor.
All right, let's see here. So Downriver got
Just about 24 and a half minutes left to play when we get started back up and underway. Eat, chip, and die in the middle of the track.
The guy announced too.
He does.
No, I announced with him this morning.
He does.
He's just pulling double duty this weekend.
We have Sour Apple Pie with 2 to go. Able to just slide right in on the inside there. Is able to pick up lead jammer status. Meanwhile, Machete Lane is out of the scrim, so she's ready to start applying the pressure. Sour Apple Pie very clearly looking to get towards the outside. Takes a bit of a hit to the shoulder. We'll call that one as they are spun out.
No points for Kalamazoo.
Waiting for the official count.
Yeah, the referees are conferring about if there were any points scored by Downriver at the end there. Nothing for, a single point for Downriver.
That's right, the one that hit her out did not pick up that second one. She called as she was already out of play.
2 points.
Official timeout being called right now. It'll be a 3-on-2 pack advantage going to Downriver.
So it's actually 2 points scored by Downriver in that last game. The ref wanted to clarify, not just 1, and that's good. You want to get all the points that you got on the board.
I believe that is Chaotic out there for Killa Crew up against the number 72. That is Hit a Latte.
Oh, pivot line start.
Oh boy.
Another rolling back, the rolling back.
Fakie on you.
Yeah, both teams down. Some blockers in the box, though. Kalamazoo just 2 on the track, Downriver with 3. It's going to be Hit a Latte with lead for Downriver.
Chaotic trying to swim her way downriver. Will pop out the far side. Hit a latte, finally making contact and being drawn way back. She will call that one from the outside. That will limit Kalamazoo to 0.
Clear 0-0 jams.
Two.
Oh, that wasn't a 0-0. 2 for Downriver.
Late
Thank
call
you,
there,
the count.
Late call there from Panic at the Lolo.
Better late than never.
Hey,
Points are involved.
better to call them more accurately. Going to the outside to double check and make sure that they were in or out or who was passed instead of just calling it. Nice safe call from them. Making a very fair game here today. 22-22 left on the clock.
Top pocket jamming for Kalamazoo, and that is auto control for Downriver. Auto control. Able to get lead. Just kind of swimming through the pack there.
Despite the best efforts of
Hot Pocket having some difficulty, but a rare moment for Hot Pocket. You're only able to use the tiniest space to get through. And finally getting a little bit of help from the pivot. A nice little whip out to the front. Will get Hot Pocket to go through.
Downriver will lose their pivot to the box.
Uh-oh.
That's Tiger Lily. The jam's going to come to a conclusion. 2 points for Downriver, none for Kalamazoo.
So Kalamazoo will start this one with a pack advantage 4-2. As Downriver has a little bit of a problem with their penalty calls right here. We are going to see the number 52 of Zero Mercy.
Yeah, Downriver has been starting short for a few of these jams, blocker-wise. They have 2 out there right now. That's going to make a difference. So it's going to be Machete Lane for Kalamazoo out with lead, but in hot pursuit. Zero Mercy not too far behind.
A lot of movement within the pack as Machete Lane comes in. Able to squeeze through on the inside. Able to miss a hit there by Rocky Wrecker.
So break it. 3 jam scoring drought for Kalamazoo.
Downriver is out. They're going to put up 4 of their own. So a little forward and backward. And then Kalamazoo will punch through and pick up an additional 4. So a plus 4 for the Killa crew. 120 over Dollstars 90. As we edge ever so close to 2/3 of game down. 20 minutes left to play in the second half.
So much math. Yep, Downriver again starting with 2 in the box. We'll just have 2 blockers to start with. Kalamazoo at full strength, going to start closer to the jammer line.
the blocker penalties, those are 3 points to the Kalamazoo jammer.
Looks like it's going to be chaotic jamming for Kalamazoo, trying the outside line, but does get hit out, recycled by back. Mitch be tripping. Wonderful name.
Yeah, Mitch be tripping.
Nope, that's going to be a cut. I saw it. Dipped a toe out on the outside line, unfortunately. Chaotic going to pick up that track cut call and head to the box. Thought she had it.
So on
Just
this
a little
one,
bit.
is this an errant lead call or is it still available?
I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out when Sour Apple Pie gets back on the track.
There we go. Nice little hop on the inside. Sour Apple Pie will not pick up the lead jam.
All right, that answers that question. 2-minute jam. But a quick stay in the penalty box for Chaotic. She's back. Dealing with all 4 of Downriver's blockers now back on the track.
All at once.
My least favorite thing in the jam. To deal 4 people by myself.
Like not just one person.
I don't know what you expect of me. They're in a wall.
Wow, Sour Apple Pie just shoving the shoulders back and forth. Is able to dodge a couple of hits right there. Is able to keep the pressure on, adding 4 points on the board. Now remember, we are going to go the full ride on this one. 2 minutes of play. Sour Apple Pie, up on one skate, is able to keep everything in play. She's going to pick up 4 points. Looking to the far side, Chaotic having some issues getting through the pack, so she is locked up, and Sour Apple Pie pushes through again for another quick 4.
This is a nice turn of momentum for Downriver. Big scoring jam, and taking advantage of the fact that Kalamazoo was down blockers for a while. And a nice duck underneath the blockers to get through.
That was the massive humidity right there holding back. And then just all of a sudden, pops out the far side. Another big hit there.
That's the edge.
Blue-eyed Bruiser will hit that sour apple pie to the outside. And a big push right there pushes the Dollstars well past the century mark. So 110 to 123. Killa crew over the Dollstars. Timeout by Kalamazoo will stop the clock at 18:04.
That was a 23-point jam for sour apple pie. Huge jam for Downriver.
That's a big one. They definitely needed that. 10 points separating these two teams. I can math.
Wow, that's a huge shift in what we've been seeing in the second half of the game and kind of heading into the second half. Kalamazoo had sort of established a fairly decent lead, and now we are in spitting distance within the span of really just this one jam. I mean, they'd started to chip away. Downriver was taking advantage, I think, at the very tail end there. They'd been struggling with keeping blockers on the track, but then it sort of switched. It was Kalamazoo having trouble keeping blockers on the track. Jammers taking full advantage of that. I will say Downriver has had more lead calls in this half of the game so far by far. I think Kalamazoo's only had 2 versus 5 for Downriver. So they are doing the work to try to narrow this gap in the score.
It appears we now have an official timeout. The way that was going to wrap up.
Maybe it's a late arriving crowd.
I feel like I missed something really exciting while I was talking. You were gesticulating at me, and I wanted to make sure I didn't.
Oh, no, that was just, I was like, go, 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 because just one of those moments where I was trying to coach when I didn't need to.
Okay, I wasn't
know
sure
what
if it was
that
for
was
me or
about.
at the track, and I wanted to check in and make sure, because I can get talking sometimes, you can't see everything that's happening at once, so I didn't want to miss something cool.
Nope. Just a nice little hit to the outside there by Blue-eyed Bruiser. Unfortunately, Blue-eyed Bruiser did step out, so I was kind of in my own head kind of saying, like, you can go. But I don't need to do that in any way, shape, or form, so I'll just sit here being as neutral as I can from now on.
We just get excited about roller derby sometimes.
Exactly
I get it. Absolutely. So we are in a official timeout right now. Not sure what it's about. It's a good reason, though. It looks like we have a referee chatting with bench coaches from both of the teams about something.
Score on the far side with 1 second left. We got Michigan at 88, Wisconsin at 84.
And they have clearly called a timeout, presumably to get one more jam in that game. Wow, that's going to be... I can't look at that.
As soon as we're done
distract me too much. This is a really excellent game happening right in front of us. And we are going to get back to it. That timeout has come to a close with a 10-point game. 18 minutes left to play. Plenty of time for some stuff to happen.
Machete Lane taken down in her prime on the front straight. Then we'll dive back into the inside, picking up lead jammer for Kalamazoo.
That's hit a latte jamming for Downriver.
It was a little confusing because I looked up and said Hot Pocket as the blocker.
Do it all. Downriver loses a block in the track as Machete Latte gets the call from the bench to call it off. Gets 3 points to 0.
I love it. The Machete Latte, and I'm going with that.
Machete Latte. Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's that time of day. And we do have an official review being called by Downriver.
You are correct.
All right, that's Chip and Di and friends out there asking about something. I could make an educated guess. There was an apex jump that didn't look good to me, and there was no penalty called. And again, I only say this as someone who has been on the receiving end of plenty of calls for doing bad apex jumps. No judgment. It was the only thing I saw that I had questions about, but it's possible that Chip and them saw something else happen that they have questions about, so we'll find out.
I love that we have a skater coming up and talking to the jam timer.
Oh, just how you doing?
Casual conversation.
How you doing? What's it like being a jam timer?
Come around here a lot.
Do your arms get tired?
Yeah, just like your hands over, you just point at them. That's all you have to do.
Oh, she's now trying to do the signals. Maybe interested in a side career as an NSO.
I mean, always something to do if you ever want to hang up those skates.
Absolutely. That's why I've got announcing. I love it equally as skating.
All right, we'll have to see if we can get that call in from the house.
So Bree was trying to get it out of bounds overturned. And, well, guess what? They're in the bounds.
Okay, it was not what I thought it was, so I'll just keep my opinions to myself. But Downriver was trying to get an out-of-bounds call overturned, and it was out of bounds, so it's not overturned.
My only thought on this is, if the refs didn't see it, it didn't happen.
That's basically what it comes down to. That's the rule, you know? Like, it is what it is.
What other sport do you watch where 70% of the players are covered? 7 referees for 10 skaters on the track at any one time.
You're all...
We've got Otter Control out there, lead jammer for Downriver. Chaotic is able to bust down through, but just as Otter Control comes into contact, already a couple of points under her belt, and she's going to call that one off. Ooh, 4-point jam for Otter Control, so able to get all of the points under their belt. Dollstars tightening it up even more, 117 to 126. And then there were 9.
And there's another official review on the track. Because it gave me a second to look up and see the Michigan-Wisconsin game. It's at halftime.
Okay.
So it wasn't the end of the game. It's 4-point difference, 88-84, Michigan over Wisconsin. Good close game.
Oh.
Don't go away, though. That one's at halftime. You don't want to watch that one. This is the game you want to watch
This is
right
the one
now.
right here, yeah. And there's so much going on here. If you are watching some of this derby, it almost has to work where you have to basically watch the second half of every game.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to start the game
No.
and then kill it halfway through to go finish up another one. No,
You
it's
have like
not
2
gonna
monitors, maybe? You can just really take it all in. But Downriver staging a comeback right now, getting a lead jam for...
work. Zero mercy.
Thank you.
I cheated.
Slipped the board. Hey, I didn't think to do it, so it still works.
Zero mercy comes in. Oh, shrugging off a little bit of a tap right there. We'll call that one dead just as Machete Lane comes in and makes contact. Machete Lane ineffectual. Will not score anything on that one. That's not going to work either. So a 4-point jam will make this a 5-point game with the Dollstars be at 121 over the Killa crew at 126. Exactly 16 minutes left to play.
Dang. Yep, Killa crew been held scoreless for the last 3 jams. As Downriver puts up just a few points here and there, but it's enough. It's enough to do the job.
The old nickel and dime derby.
Yeah. Looks like Sour Apple Pie jamming for Downriver. Basher for...
I was going to say we've got a new one out there for Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Sour Apple Pie is out first and is picking up lead jammer status. Basher not able to keep her skates up right. Just gets it tossed around there at the out of 2. Out of play is called. They have to let her go. So she is finally out there in the clean air. Sour Apple Pie being dragged back there by Blue Eyed Bruiser. See Basher coming in. We'll call that one dead. 0-0 on that one. So again, we just keep moving forward.
Bit by bit.
Final second period of play is a 5-point game between Kalamazoo and
I'm going to say right now, this is just some good, smart derby being played out here.
Absolutely.
3-on-3 as both have a blocker in the penalty box.
I think that the scoring is going to be small and smart, and it's the big moves we've seen made were when one of the other team has trouble with blockers staying on the track. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly. We've got Hit a Latte working their way up in front. Hot Pocket mixing it up. Oh, we've got a penalty being called on Hit a Latte. So that, of course, is going to mean that Chaotic is your lead jammer for Kalamazoo. Looking to see, no, we are way too tight. Let's go ahead and gap that out a little bit. Nice shirt whip on the outside, then dives to the inside on turn 2. Chaotic will put up 4 and keep trucking.
4 points for Chaotic.
Downriver now at full strength on the track, but Kalamazoo doing a nice job playing offense, getting them moving, breaking them apart, and there is the daylight. Chaotic needs to score another 4 points.
Hoping to restore some order here.
Where I was, I did not see where Chaotic had to go, but there's the one doing it, not me. Found a loop on the outside, made it through, but now getting a little bit locked up. Downriver tightening up just a little bit. Is Chaotic still trying to push hard? Oh, no. Hit a Latte, picking up a back block. So it's another power jam opportunity in this jam for Chaotic, and they're able to add 4 more. 12 points so far with 44 left.
I said it out loud, I put it into the universe. It's my fault. If you keep your players on the track, it's a close game, but in the minute you start to have trouble with penalties for jammers or blockers, things can change in an instant. Another 4 points. Kalamazoo not willing to give up this fight easy.
Yeah, Kalamazoo will take that 4 and call it off, locking her in at 16, so 142 to 121. 13 to play, and that call was made with Killa standing, so less than 10 seconds left for her.
Machete Lane, where is the star for Kalamazoo?
Timeout being called by Downriver. Wow, he said that like completely in sync with the house announcer. It kind of freaked me out. And I hope you can hear us all, because we're just meddling with our broadcast antenna. So.
They seem to look like they knew what they were doing.
Hopefully we're not talking into the void. I've done it before. It's fine.
I have no issue with it.
So we are looking at, again, Downriver really dominating the lead jammer calls in this half. At 8, just 4 for Kalamazoo, so half of those numbers. And a couple of big moves. We've had some big jams in this half, definitely, that have made kind of pushed things in one direction or the other. Still super close. Highest scoring jam, still that 23-point jam by Sour Apple Pie.
Yeah, that was the one I definitely noticed. It was like, okay, now we've got a game.
Now we've got a game. Pulled it back from the brink.
Thank you. Oh, that's a sweet fan, by the way. Give it up for fans. Little fan of fans. Oh, okay, back end.
Oh. A-bomb over here distracted by colors and shapes.
Yep. I mean, same. So this will be a power start for Kalamazoo. They are going to put Machete Lane on the line to take it.
Full blocker and pivot continues on the track. A lot of movement, big opening on the inside edge. Machete Lane comes in, 1 to go. A lot of movement. Out of play is called. They have to let her go, but a great attempt at trying to hold back Machete Lane. We are going to be losing Mitch B. Trippin, the one responsible for blocking just a little too long. Found a clean space on the inside on the back straight, picking up 4 points for Kalamazoo. Big hit puts the 6-2-1 on their back. That's going to be Equinox.
Latte running into trouble with the Kalamazoo blockers in the back here as we head into the far straightaway. That's going to be our friend Blue-Eyed Bruiser again. I can't see the other 2 blockers off the top, but they're doing a really nice job of maintaining a very fluid shape to hold on to. Latte, we're losing 1 blocker each from each team to the box at the same time. And we do have a star pass now for down. A huge hit. Blue-Eyed Bruiser lays out the pivot for Downriver, who has the star in her hand. But back up and in the running now. That is going to be 153, I believe. That's Tiger Lily with a star now.
Trying to get the jump on. I tell you what, I felt that one in the floor. Both these keep slamming down right there going into turn 2. Machete Lane able to pop right back up. I would not have been able to do that. But a big 12-point jam for the Killa crew. 154 to 121. 11 left on the clock, so if you want to make a wish, do so.
What shall they wish for?
So we are at 154 to 121. 29 points for Kalamazoo.
And we have I was going to say power start, but no, it's just very few blockers on the track start. Otter Control with the lead for Downriver. And Chaotic for Kalamazoo.
So, Downriver a pack advantage to start, and Otter Control taking full advantage.
The Kalamazoo is in a weird situation where they have 1 blocker out. Oh, 2 blockers out now. There we go.
Chaotic.
Oh, we've got AK over here dropping off our Reds bearings. They're going to be part of our MVP collection right here.
So Otter Control does have a lead. It's going to score another 4 points here. Chaotic, meanwhile, sneaking through for 4 points. Packs both rolling into the far straightaway now. Chaotic getting knocked to the ground behind a tripod of Downriver blockers. And Otter Control through for another 4
Meantime,
points.
Chaotic wedged in the pack.
Doing a nice job here holding back Chaotic, who gets pushed to the inside, almost tries to come back in and gets better, but doesn't want to get that cut call.
Yielding to avoid the cut call.
We do have a misconduct call being called on a Kalamazoo skater who will head to the box. Didn't see what it was for.
Appears we do got a skater taking just a little more time to hop up after taking a hit right there.
That was
3 more on the board there for Downriver and 4 for the Killa crew. So a 15-8 jam there. Dollstars at 136. Killa crew 162. 9:10 left to play.
We're at 162 to 136. 9 minutes left in the game. Machete Lane, the jammer for Kalamazoo.
all right. We're back at it again. And that is going to be.
Did you figure all this out?
No, I
It's
don't
gonna
know
be.
what's happening anymore. Machete Lane jamming for Kalamazoo. And Zero Mercy for Downriver, but it is Machete Lane with lead.
This is the jammer for Downriver. Now out of the pack as well.
Kalamazoo down by 1 blocker right now, but they are standing less than 10 seconds before they are released. Machete Lane comes in, makes some contact right there. Careful. A little bit of direction on that one, but it did not affect the game plan, so it's going to be carried on. Machete Lane fighting ever so hard to fight through on the inside edge. So a 4-4 jam, if I'm seeing it correctly, will move us just a little bit closer to the end of this game. Take Kalamazoo over there, getting ready to call an official review.
Yeah, things got a little squirrely in that jam. You'll notice that I just kind of, I think both of us just went to the void for a second. I didn't say anything. I was like, there's a lot happening,
What?
and I don't know what to say. Maybe I'm speaking for myself. I was just like, gone. But there, yes, we'll see if the official review was called by, did you see? Is that being called by?
It was called by
Kalamazoo?
the Killa crew. Yep.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, 4-4 on that jam. Kalamazoo again 166 to Downriver's 140. We got just over 8 minutes left of play in the second half of this game. I'm going to try to keep my brain going at understanding what roller derby is happening. Okay, so that looks like a very quick discussion, and everybody's going back to their place, so
Perfect, that'll work.
I don't, yeah.
Sorry, I was responding to we have our MVP and Jammer awards coming up. Ooh, apricot. I'll just put that in my... No. That, of course, is going to go to David. Thanks out there for the Kutchie Family Market for providing us with our Jammer supply.
Okay,
That's just in. What do we got?
the word was, Pink was asking about a penalty that was assessed for their players because it took a while for the penalty to be assessed. It stands. I think is what it came down to. That's about as much as I understood of what just happened. But that kind of sums up the confusion of that last jam.
So it appears that both sides have lost their official review and both have exactly 1 timeout left.
Oh boy.
Oh man, with 8 minutes to go, that's almost expect a little bit more than that.
There's been a lot happening. We've had a lot of questions and a lot of needs. Sometimes you just need 1 timeout, though. At the end of the game, we'll see.
Also want to do a big shout out there for Roller Bones, the official MVP supplier. I've got a set of Bones Reds precision skate bearings sitting here in front of me. Those, of course, will be allocated to our MVP for this game. And then our jam, again, is going to be for the the winner of that will receive a jar of apricot jam.
Home style.
Oh, man.
Apricot jam. I love this. I love this jams for jammers. I'm into it.
Have a recipe that requires an apricot jam. So I
Oh.
can find it here really quick.
You're not allowed to steal this.
That is a thing called a Southern Hemisphere Smash. It's supposed to be done with a whiskey from Australia, but it is whiskey, lemon juice, apricot jam, Angostura bitters, and a little bit of sage.
Okay, I'm into it. All right, and I'm into this game. We are back at it. There are just 2 blockers on the track for Downriver, 3 for Kalamazoo as we head to the races again. And Kalamazoo, very quick lead status there being for a Snack Julia. First jam of the game. Comes out very confidently against Sour Apple Pie from Downriver.
Sacagawea comes in. Ooh! Able to keep things upright as she is able to work her way around Rocky Wrecker.
Sour Apple Pie doing what she does so good, staying up
Oh,
on
both
one
go down.
foot on the outside. Oh, and she gets hit, but yep. The blocker goes down with her, so she gets to get up and get a pass, no penalty.
That's perfect. If you can just take them with you, then you can get back up and get going.
Yep, just like, I'll be on my way. Thank you very much. Sacagawea picking up a total of 8 points on that jam before calling it off. I don't think... Oh, 4 points for Sour Apple Pie.
Sacagawea going in front of the stands, kind of tapping her thighs. It's like, yay, look what I can do. And it's funny because I was just about to mention something about Sacagawea is one of those skaters that is still out there wearing glasses while skating, but also Headhunter on the same team is also out there wearing a set of spectacles.
Look,
while they play.
Fancy athletic goggles you can get with prescriptions are crazy expensive, so sometimes you just gotta play with glasses on, especially if you can't wear contacts.
We've got Hit a Latte, number 72 for Downriver, popping out the far side just before the pivot line.
These are fun eye facts with Hammer Abby. Be here all day.
And we've got Chaotic finally able to push through on the far side in pink. You know, I'm seeing just a rife of skaters skating past us here. Just trying to see if we can fill up the penalty box here real fast.
Kalamazoo was down 2 blockers. They'll get 1 back now, and Downriver is down a blocker as well.
Chaotic taking a big hit, going down right there into turn 2. Meanwhile, we are going to be losing Headhunter again, so from my memory, that's going to be 5 or 6 for Headhunter, and that's not even counting. There may have been one I missed.
Yep. The 4 points passed for both jammers just now as the packs are moving very quickly, but coming to a stop again in turn 4. Slowly regaining all of their blockers.
4-on-2 pack advantage going to Downriver.
Oh, one of their blockers trying to come back out, though. Got a, that was a bad re-entry of some kind. Had to go back to the box.
Got a Latte pulling through. She's going to pick up 4. Big run right here for her. We'll get the official count on that one here just in a moment.
Chaotic through for another 4 as well, though. I think behind by a lap at this point. As Hit a Latte comes back through and dealing with, getting to the inside by Blue Eyed Bruiser.
Less than 30 seconds left in this jam. 5:30 on the clock as it stands, and that one will be called. So Hit a Latte getting a little bit of congratulations from the opponent actually out there, so it was a lot of fun.
That's
We got
nice.
last little call right there. I believe 2 additional roller derby points are going up for the Dollstars, so they will rock it in at 14. Killa Crew at 8.
5 minutes left in the game.
So limiting it to just a +6 for the Dollstars. We're going to have less than 5 minutes left to play when the whistle is blown. Not that whistle, no.
That's a timeout. Looks like an official timeout being called. Yeah, Downriver going to have to really put in the work at this point. Just 5 minutes left. It is within striking distance for them to come back, but it's going to take every jam trying to really hold the other team as scoreless as possible and get a couple of decent-sized point-scoring jams in there. It's doable, but it's going to take some work. They've been putting in the work today. They are low on blockers on the track right now. It appears they have 1 blocker on the track for Downriver. Oh, blazing a huge hit, though. But it is going to be Sacagawea back out there jamming for the Killa Crew and does have lead, but just barely over Downriver's jammer.
See Otter Control hot on her tail. Sacagawea mixing things up just a little bit there with Cotton Candy Princess. We'll slow things down. And seeing 3 going on the board for Killa Crew, 1 for Downriver. Oh my goodness.
That was Rocky Wrecker on Downriver, the lone blocker at the beginning of that, who really threw the business into the other blockers.
Tell you what, though,
Did some good work.
Yeah, if you've got 1 to put out there, Rocky Rocket would absolutely be
Absolutely.
I've seen some great defensive maneuvering out there by her. So 4-on-3 pack advantage, I believe I'm seeing. You've got 1 still locked up for Downriver. Machete Lane trying to cut through. Finds an opening on the outside. Cotton Candy Princess is not able to close the door. She's going to be able to make it through. Lead jammer Killa Crew. Zero Mercy gets a little tangled up, has 1 go, and she is able to go, but it is a half a track lapse behind Machete Lane going right down the dead center, able to step sideways, get up in front, pick up 4, and call that one quickly.
And this is really all Kalamazoo needs to do at this point is keep getting a lead, keep controlling the pace of the game, even if they just get a couple of points, even if no points. They've got enough of a lead. They can just ride it out for the rest of the game. About 3.5 minutes. We'll be sitting pretty.
Pack advantage on this one is going to go to Downriver as Killa crew is down by 1 blocker.
It's going to be sour apple pie jamming for Downriver, dancing up the inside line and getting the lead.
Smackajawea not too far behind, only about 20 feet, 15, 20 feet behind. Both of them are off to the races full on.
Pack's moving very quickly into the far straightaway. They're going to be moving. They're racing. We'll see if we can get back together and make a formation to stop a jammer.
Comes in backwards. Smackajawea coming in backwards, trying to get as many hits as possible, but Sour Apple Pie is going to let it ride. So a 4-on-4 as they move forward. This is also a strategy that will work in the favor of Killa crew. They can just go 1-for-1. A Crew getting rocked a little bit hard right there.
Yeah, saw that in front of me, unfortunately. So Downriver will score 3 at the end there. Kalamazoo 4. We're going to get official call off and review. We have a ref, unfortunately, who might have a minor injury here. We're going to check in on them and make sure they're okay. So it'll be a moment while we check in on that, make sure people get the care that they need. We'll note, just talking about the gameplay, they've been, Kalamazoo's been sending in Smackajawea almost every other jam for the last handful of jams. Just suddenly, we're like, hey, you're doing really well. Let's keep you out there.
A quick look over on the far side. We do have Michigan, Team Michigan playing at 110 points over Wisconsin 112.
Nope, that's not over. That's under.
Under.
It's Wisconsin up by 2 now. Very close game over there. You gave me a run for my money though. I was like, am I doing numbers right?
No.
Never.
We're playing golf here.
Very
Lower
oh,
is the better,
I see.
Yeah.
It's par here. Okay, all right. Yeah, no, Michigan's done. Definitely winning. Oh, man. Yeah, Kalamazoo doing a nice job in the last little bit here, getting more lead calls. They kind of got off to a slow start in terms of holding lead, being able to control the pace of the game, but they've been a little bit more consistent as we've gotten close to the end here. A couple of really good jams, though, from Downriver have kept them in contention. Latte had a 14-point jam just a few ago. Out of control with the 15-point jam. But again, I think as this game has gone on, we've definitely seen a little bit more problems with penalties, especially for the blockers, just not having full capacity out on the track. Both teams are very capable, both defensive and offensive, but if people aren't out there, they can't do the thing. So that's been kind of the story toward the end here. And Kalamazoo being able to come back and sort of hold on to the clock and just keep just enough of a lead, because we talk about in roller derby, you might lose a game by 50 points. It's still a pretty good game, right? No shame in it. It's still pretty close in roller derby. But ultimately, all you need is the one to win. Just the 1 point to win.
The rule book is very specific when it says that whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins every time.
Yep, just period. So we are still in official timeout, checking in on one of our wonderful, awesome volunteer referees to make sure they get the care they need for whatever's happened here. So maybe a few more minutes. We're going to be patient. 2.5 minutes left in the game.
Special shout out to Dr. Burns. Dr. Burns does a lot of work with Detroit Roller Derby and other leagues in the southeast Michigan area. He is at the helm of the Novi Doctors of Physical Therapy and the DPT Athletics. Very well-known group of people that get together and help our skaters get them back onto the track, known for their PT skills. I have actually seen Cookie Rumble come into a game on crutches and then win the game.
What?
On skates.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Right. Well, to know Cookie, you would know that basically whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Yep. sometimes you gotta, I mean, you need a medical professional to tell you to sit down.
Right.
We all need that sometimes.
So I'm
but
sure he put that into, balanced it all out. But no,
Yep.
I've seen him do some absolutely miracle work out there.
You're
And
not
get
the only
skaters.
person who has sung his praises to me this weekend. So, and it seems like there's a good crew here of them.
Yeah.
And as always, we can't play roller derby unless we have medical professional, emergency medical staff on hand to help us out in these events. The good news is the injury with the ref. It's, I mean, it's bad news, right? It's not. They're okay. They're up. They're talking, and I just want to reassure people like that's we're not dealing with that level of injury.
Right.
Just some other stuff going on. Won't get into details, but yes, to speak of, I suspect the PT crew you're talking about is maybe the people who are giving PT work and massages over there
Oh, yeah.
as well, which I got to avail myself of earlier.
Oh.
Very much appreciated. Like I'm mostly just announcing this weekend, but I do play, and so I'm always in need of massage and PT work. It's just never a bad idea. I love this sport, and it does take a toll, and you got to take real good care of yourself to have some longevity in it. And I'm extremely grateful to still be here and involved in any capacity. I wish I could give you, I mean, like, I'm trying to think of how we can fill time here and tell you more about the Wisconsin-Michigan game, but it continues to be 112 to 110.
Oh, boy.
Wisconsin over Michigan by 2. I think the game is back on now. They are skating again, so they must have had some kind of timeout as well. But you can always bounce. Remember, you can bounce. There is another feed of the other track. We're here at track 2 at Mittenkin. There's a track 1, and games happening all day today, pretty much up until, I think the last game is at 8-something Eastern time, and then there will be more games tomorrow.
Right, you are.
So much roller derby to tune in for, and again, just shout out to Lansing Roller Derby for the monstrous effort that goes into putting on a roller derby tournament. Really appreciate it. And as you can hear by the applause, our referee friend is being taken good care of and moved off the track to get further attention for their injury, and we wish them all the best. You know, you don't typically take hits as a referee, but it's not without its risks.
That's right. Yeah. I think this is another one of those moments where it's just a bad fall.
Yep.
Just wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen. You get on the whirly shoes and you're adding a whole new element of physics and whatnot into your life, so.
Well, I mean, you watch this sport and you'll see some skaters who are just absolutely rocked. They'll get hit three people in a row and they just get tossed about like a rag doll.
Yep.
And they pop right back up and get going.
And then, like, some seemingly small, innocuous little thing will happen sometimes, and that's the one that really gets you.
You'll see somebody kind of rolling
Very
backwards.
weird.
They'll catch the wheel on the rope and they fall, and that's it. And you're like, what
Yeah.
the heck?
But we wish everybody well, and we are back to gameplay now. That was a rolling whistle. Psych. I thought that was going to be the game. I think everybody else thought that was the game, but no, here we go. This is the 5-second call. We head into the last couple of jams of this game.
That's right, 2:25 on the clock once the whistle is blown. Get to the exciting conclusion of this one. We've got sour apple pie in blue for Downriver. Ooh, chaotic, losing control over wheels on the front straight. It's going to be sour apple pie. It's going to pop out the far side. Hot and fresh and ready to get you some points on the board.
Yeah, jammed in the last jam, but clearly enough of a rest period there to pop him back out for this one. Oh, really good on that outside line. Very good. We've got a number of jammers of somewhat shorter stature on these teams. They're really good at just like getting super low, ducking around underneath the bottoms of the blockers and using those curves to their benefit.
Yeah, Chaotic having some issues getting through that one, but he is out, but half a track behind. Ready to start applying the pressure. We've got Sour Apple Pie with 4 under their belt already. Again, so that's an 8-point jam for Sour Apple Pie. And Chaotic is going to respond with 4 of their own, trying to find a hole on the outside, but it is going to be Smackajawea who's going to shut that one down. Sour Apple Pie will see that Chaotic is heading into the pack, and she will shut that one down for a 0-0.
That's good.
On that last one right there, but that does send the Killa crew over 200, 201 to 174. Dollstars with a +4 on that one. Just about a minute of gameplay left.
Oh, Downriver putting Sour Apple Pie back out again. Feeling good about Sour Apple Pie, who is having a very good game, I will say.
I'm going to do this again.
We do have Machete Lane on the outside
Last throw of the dice here for Downriver. Machete
for Killa Crew.
Kalamazoo.
Machete Lane pushing hard up in front. Mitch be tripping, and of course we've got
Rocky Wrecker was the other one in the pack there.
and Cotton Candy Princess,
Yep.
which is the name I got stuck on that one, which is crazy to me. But anyway,
It happens.
she's locked up, and Mitch be tripping is able to bring back Machete Lane. Meanwhile, up in front, Sour Apple Pie is through. Lead jammer for Downriver. This is the one they need right now. 1.5 minutes left in the jam. Just about 15 seconds left on the period clock.
Sour Apple Pie has some work to do. Is going to get knocked to the outside by Blue Eyed Bruiser getting cold to call it, and there's going to be a quick timeout.
Oh, timeout was called right away. That was going to be by
Just in time.
Downriver. Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah, they want that. They want an additional jam if they can get it. 178 Downriver, 201 for Kalamazoo. That's a lot in a jam to try to get up there, but I guess you gotta give it the old college try.
We've seen jams that big from Downriver,
Yeah.
but that's going to be a heck of a stretch right now, especially with it on the line like this.
Shout out like both teams have played with. Shush. House announcers. Man, calm down, you guys. Never
You get all
calm
the
down.
fun. You get to yell and carry on.
I know, right? We just talk strategy and
Well, that would mean there's like...
Looking over the penalty box.
stats.
Penalty box is empty, so a full complement of skaters, 5-on-5.
That is nice. That is nice. That's what you'd like to see. So Downriver with a almost, I would say, insurmountable task to try to win it in this last jam, but can put in a good faith effort to just get a little bit closer and have a closer score. It's always a good feeling. And you want to just play really good hard roller derby to the very end. Both of these teams are doing an excellent job. Just a little bit of penalty trouble here and there, but a good, tight game. Some good lead changes. Some impressive defense from both sides.
So Killa Crew is going to be bringing out Smackajawea.
He's having a great second half in particular. He's kind of doing everything.
Tell you what, though, both defensive walls just locking down the opposing blockers. I'm sorry, jammers.
Hit a latte jamming for Downriver in the back behind a tripod. As Downriver loses one blocker to the box. See if that's going to be enough for Smackajawea to find some daylight. No, hit a latte, sneaks through. Oh, but pulls a track cut on their way. Oh, it's such a bummer.
So it is still open. We've got minute 17 left on the jam clock. Period clock is at 0, so once this one wraps up, this will be the end.
It's a power jam for Kalamazoo.
Yeah, power jam for Kalamazoo. Smackajawea finally pushes. And she gets the lead, and she's like, I'm done.
And we're good here.
Done. And that's enough because they've still got the lead, and that was the period clock had run out, so we're 201 Kalamazoo, Downriver at 178, and the victory goes to the Killa Crew after a wild game.
101. Downriver 178. We have the...
So we will discuss now as announcers for our
set of pairings.
jammer of the game and our
Jam of the
MVP
game.
as the teams hit pause on the way out. Hit pause sounds like they're hitting stop. I mean, like slap pause. I don't know. I can't words anymore.
PAWS.
Yeah, PAWS.